Welcome to video log, basically number 2. More or less, I entirely forgot to mention a couple of things on the first video log, so I decided to make a second one. And rather than, I'd say basically edit and add on to the first one, thus extending it longer than, I'd say like 6 minutes and 53 seconds, I decided to go ahead and just, make another one, or, something more or less different. Alright. And what prompted me to basically do all this is, as I was saying in the first one, females I know complaining about their love life, more or less, how they are always date assholes. Well, my personal view is this, in which I received the exact words from one of my coworkers. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry is dead because women killed it. Now, I'm fairly sure a long time ago people were like, hey, chivalry is a cool thing. We should probably go ahead and, protect women's honors and whatnot. Because being guys, of course, we're, debating on honor. But as time went on, women more or less stopped caring about honor and cared more about equality. Now, how can women fight for equality if they don't give equality? That's one thing that I don't perfectly understand. Now, if a guy has to initiate a conversation with a woman for, I don't know, anything that may lead to a relationship, it's all in the conception of the woman or women, to either accept that, make up a lie, or go about some awkward standing bullshit here or there about having an imaginary boyfriend somewhere that works at a dead-end fucking job, and he's not happy about it because, well, he's working at a dead-end fucking job that, granted, most people would be happy as hell to have, but America has a whole bunch of problems, which I'm not going to even get into, because then people will start calling me a racist, because I typically go for a certain set group. Now, me being, by standards of other people, African American, even though I'm not an African American at all. Oh, because, granted, my, somewhere along the lines, my ancestors did come from Africa. One of, or maybe both of, I don't fucking know or care. But I don't walk around speaking in a Jamaican accent. I don't even seem like I'm fucking fresh off the boat. So, African American is, kind of an insult to me, because I'm not from Africa, I'm an American. Now, just because my skin is black doesn't mean that anyone has the right to say, oh, well, you're obviously from Africa. Alright, that doesn't mean I'm walking around calling white people Polish or whatever the fuck else. But, hey, it's just me and my personal views, and I know a handful of other people are like, well, I'm not African American because I don't know any of my, immediate family that's from Africa. And I know damn well if we go to Africa right now, we'd be lost. Granted, we'd probably mix or mesh well with the people, but the moment that someone pulled out a machete or some shit like that, then I already know what the hell to do. It's either run, get my hand sliced off, or depends on where the nearest artillery, guns, blah blah blah, weapons, then, pursue the fight. But now, with all that being said and done, I'd have to say these exact words: fix your shit. Because not everyone is from Africa. Just because someone is black doesn't mean that, oh, well, he's obviously African American. No, not really. Because, as stated once before, and I'm going to get into my views on, the slavery thing from back in the past, and, slavery thing back from the past, and like racial epithisms and all that stupid shit, but not right now. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm going off the deep end and going to say these exact words. Not everyone is African American. I actually am part Indian. Sweet Indian, not anything really big. So when people automatically assume that I'm, African American, I kind of take that as an insult, and most Americans should. If you're of, I would say black. If you're a black person, I wouldn't say like African American, because sometimes that actually is an insult. Because one, we didn't get off a boat to come here. But at the same time, our ancestors got off a boat and came here. So why can't we just have, Americans? If we're past the racial epithism of if you're white, black, Hispanic, Polish, German, fuck, you could be a Luger. I don't care. Yes, I just said a gun, so don't even try and insult my intelligence by saying, oh, Luger. Well, it was a Luger. Anyway. So, yeah. If we're past, like, the race thing, if you're trying to classify people born in America should just be Americans. If you're referring to, their historical background, it shouldn't honestly matter, because no one knows their full historic background. And as once before said, America is a melting pot of cultures, races, and religion. So if you come to America and you're not born in America, then you are your nationality whatever. Say someone comes from Jamaica, they are a African American or a Jamaican American, or someone comes from Asia, Asian American. I mean, because if you're born here and you don't have an accent, or even if you do have an accent and you're just born here, you're still an American. I mean, it's not difficult to say, oh, well, American. I was like, what kind of American? I was like, are you Native American? African American? Polish American? I'm like, it doesn't honestly matter, because, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a classified system of, oh, well, he's black, so obviously he's African American. Well, completely wrong, because I could be Hispanic. Never thought of that, did you fuckers? But anyway, because, let's see, those that, it's not Peruvians, it's like, I can't remember, but it's weird. Anyway, now, as stated once before, I have no real direction with anything that I post. It's just whatever flies. It's basically spitballing in the dark, and people probably will either ignore me, hate me, or at least find that I can be knowledgeable at some points at times. If you're wondering what, like, the weird whooshing wind sound in the background is, if you can see behind my shoulder here, that's an AC unit. Sorry, I can't really see all that well, but that's an AC unit behind me. I enjoy the cold, and even in winter, my AC unit still runs. It don't turn off, it just runs. I would say maybe it's a slight problem of mine, but as you can see behind me in the window, there's a board, and I'd say like maybe caulking or some kind of insulation filling of some sort. It's kind of hard to classify the stuff, but anyway, with all said and done, I'd have to basically continue my pearls of wisdom on relationships. Now, the basic bit of advice that I've been given for relationships is women like assholes, jack-offs, all that good shit. And me being the person that I am, I refuse to be a jerk to women, but at the same time, some women kind of warrant it, whereas some don't. But, you know, it's still that mixed bag of, you know, people in general. And then don't even get me started on lesbians, male bashing, because, yeah, stupid shit. Now, once again, I also have to say these exact words. I am not a racist, per se, because racists per se hate everybody except, hate people of a certain race, or multiple races, tendered stash, I don't care. I hate everybody equally because they aren't me, and I see the flaws in the way in which people treat me versus whenever I walk into the store, there's always maybe 2-3 people giving me the eyeball because I walk around with a fleece on, and, you know, it's usually out of weather, but you know what, fuck them. They can give me the eyeball all day long, but the moment they try and ask me for a receipt, I'm just going to simply say, fuck you, I purchased it, and if you weren't at the register when I purchased it, you shit out of luck. And the moment they try to stop me, I will push them the fuck out of the way, all the way up to the point where they call the cops. And if they call the cops, then, well, hey, that's just, you know, money in my pocket. Because if I get harassed, beaten, all that good shit, police brutality, and some more shit tags along, I was just up there to purchase my shit and go the hell off. Well, sorry, go the hell on with the rest of my day. And for companies that, you know, automatically assume if a young young black male walks into your store there intending to steal something, I have no control over other people, but I know if it sure as hell isn't me. I have a usual Creo, that is, if I pick it up, I'm either interested in it, or I intend to buy it, which means I either am going to examine the package, or I'm going to say, you know what, this isn't worth my time, and put it back on the shelf and say, fuck this place. Which happens a lot nowadays because majority of things aren't worth purchasing. It's like you spend $60 on a video game for about an hour or two of, you know, playtime, and then once you're done with it, you take it in to like a game store, GameStop, or any of those used game stores, and they want to try and fuck you for it. I mean, alright, yeah, case in point, Marvel vs. Capcom. You spend $60 on it, and 2 months later they come out with the Ultimate Edition. The Ultimate Edition basically gives you, what, it's either 12 or, no, it's 12 new characters, 6 stages, and spectator mode. Well, the way I hear it is they were supposed to patch it, but yeah, I believe that when I see it. Corporate America wants money, or blood, and possibly your soul, but they're happy with 2 of them. Money and blood usually fill their gullets, and sometimes in those special occasions they get all 3: your money, your blood, and your soul. So I would say if an item is good, you can probably swear by it, but the moment that their prices get ridiculous, you can say go fuck yourselves and move the hell on to the next best thing, or try and find a cheaper edition so you can continue doing whatever you do. So those people that enjoy buying knockoffs, hey, do what you do. Alright, well, have a good day, and basically take care of yourself. Peace out.